What did you see at Chicago last night?
Obviously, they played a different lineup, but some of the same people, especially down the middle of the field. Ritter played, and Hurtado and Somari and Lorenowitz. Those guys were the same guys. It was just good to see the game and see what the rhythm of the game was like, how they defended. Like I said, they're a team that makes it very difficult to break them down because they often defend with a block of 4 and a block of 5.
What have you made, I guess, of the seasons of Furtado and Iani, a couple familiar faces?
Yeah, obviously I think Patrick's out sick right now or something. So, and JK's played a lot of games for them. And it was a difficult decision for us at the time because JK is a very, was very good for us and was a very likable player within our group. We felt with the moves we were making, that's a move that we had to make as well. But it'll be good to see him again. I like JK and I like Patrick.
If you hadn't beaten a team the first 9 times you played them, would you be motivated against them? And do you sense that Chicago might have that feeling against you, having never
Is that
beaten
what it
them?
is? I don't even think about that. I mean, some of those guys, Harrison Shipp wasn't there for any of those games, so it doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter to Benji Hoya. He wasn't there for any of those games. McGee was, maybe only there for one if he was there at all. So I think there's a lot of guys. I mean, that history is maybe there, but, there's so many guys on the field that have no part of that history. So I think you don't think about it as a coach, though. It's something that you can maybe use as motivation, and I'm sure, Frank will use that.
The RSL result, I think, assured that you guys are going to the break at the top of the table. It's sort of an artificial division, but is there some meaning to that, some satisfaction to that?
Well, it's just a good place to be. We moved to the top. We've been there now for a number of weeks, and it's like I said, it's harder to get there than to stay there. And I think this year we're showing a little more resiliency in terms of trying to stay there. And so from that standpoint, I'm proud of the fact the team should be very happy with what we've achieved. And going into it, even though it's not halfway, going into it sort of at this break time, having those points accumulated and in the bank gives you a good feeling. But you still got to keep working.
I believe in that quote right there, you just said harder to get there than to stay there. It's the other way, right? Harder to stay there than to get there.
Oh, harder to stay there than to get there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I do it the wrong?
I know my Ziggyisms by now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's easier to get there. Or as Al Mystery, the coach of, I shouldn't say that story. It's probably off color. Yeah. He said everybody can get A once. You guys can fill in the blank. Getting it twice is the key, he said.
Finding a way to work that into a story.
I don't know. That's Al Mystery, Cal State Fullerton. I can't lay any claim to that. Couldn't sit next to him on the bench. We coached an all-star team together. He was my assistant, and I had to get up and move because he kept saying stupid things like that during the game. And I go, I can't sit next to you. I'm going to be laughing the whole time. Can Gino Galati play up front? You see that net with those holes in it? He didn't make those holes. So you're telling me he can't play forward? I'm not telling you anything, Coach. I'm just telling you he didn't make those holes. I said, okay, I guess he's not our forward. All right. He's a math teacher.
Sounds like a mess.
No, Al, he was hilarious. He couldn't sleep. Math guy. He was fantastic. Produced some good players. Ricky Davis played for him. Mike Fox, some good players. Go ahead. Okay.
There didn't seem to be many health question marks this week, but is Ozzie okay?
Yeah, we've just been going easy with Ozzie. He's been carrying a few things that we've sort of got him through, and we're trying to get him through Saturday, and then he'll have a little bit of a break and hopefully give him a chance to recover from it and build back up again. But he could have, we had him in for most of the training today, and then we could have put him into the rest of it, but we decided it was better just to let him train off to the side a little bit.
Has he kind of been dogged by one thing or another all year? At times he hasn't seemed like the old Ozzie.
Yeah, different things, yeah.
Do you think that's shown up in his game a little bit?
I think he's done a good job of recovering prior to games and done a good job of putting his work in and his effort in during the games as well. So it's sort of, we've been trying to just manage him through the week, and I think his game play has been pretty good. But obviously, there's a limit to how long you can do that.
Baird said after the game last week that 30 points was a goal before the break. Is it also just to get to the break on a good note, start the break on a good note in Chicago?
Yeah, I mean, we want to continue to win, and we've been a good team on the road, and so if we can get 3 points and actually get ourselves to 32, that would be nice. But we want to end on a positive result and continue to go, and so that we go into the break with that good feeling. Nobody wants to go away and take a few days off and be thinking about a loss. So we'd rather be thinking about a win or at least a successful, adventure into Chicago.
And the dangers of Chicago?
Chicago, they're a dangerous team because, like I said, they defend well. They do a good job of compacting their defense. They do a good job of pressuring you in wide channels. Amarikwa is a dangerous player up front. Sometimes he's a little bit like a bowling ball that keeps running into things and knocking things over, but somehow he gets through, and he's certainly found good goal scoring form this year and has had a good season. So they're a team that's always dangerous on the counter because of him. And then Harrison Shipp is probably one of the leading candidates for Rookie of the Year. So if McGee's healthy, that just adds another danger spot for them. If he's not healthy, then obviously Shipp and Amarikwa and Dilly Duka is a player who can beat people on the flank. Those guys are all dangerous.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.